There's a beefy new gaming phone coming to Computex 2018 here in Taipei. It's ASUS's answer to the Razer phone, and it comes with a new, speedier Snapdragon 845 processor, the fastest AMOLED screen for 90Hz gaming, and a cavalcade of ludicrous attachments. I'm Alex from Android Central, and this is the ROG phone from Republic of Gamers. If you know ASUS's ROG laptop range, then you might be expecting an over-the-top design that looks like it belongs on an alien mothership. And yeah, with a bunch of lines all over the back, an offset fingerprint scanner, and a load of overt ROG branding, that is sorta what you get here. There's ergonomic curved glass on the back of the ROG phone, but the overall look is pretty angular. It's visually busy, but it actually doesn't look too bad, and it certainly is a unique look. And it can also light up with coloured LEDs, because of course it can. Those metal grills down there are exactly what they look like. These are air vents designed to work with the vapor chamber cooling system to rapidly disperse heat. It's also designed to be used with the optional Aero-Active cooler to keep the phone cool through long gaming sessions. The active cooler has a tiny fan inside and clips into the back to draw heat away from the phone, letting it run at full speed for longer. Fun side note, the cooler plugs into the second USB-C port on the side of the phone and gives you a second headphone jack as well, in a more convenient place for when you're gaming. You need all this heavy-duty cooling to keep the Snapdragon 845 processor performing at peak efficiency in demanding games. This isn't just any 845 though. ROG is using the highest bin Snapdragon 845s, the best chips to come off the Qualcomm production line, running at up to 2.96 GHz compared to 2.8 GHz in other phones. You combine the faster CPU with crazy cooling, and of course this thing crushes everything else in benchmarks. The rest of the spec sheet is every bit as over the top as you'd want from this kind of phone. 8GB of RAM, 512GB of storage, and a 4000 mAh battery, with ASUS Hypercharge technology to charge up to 60% in 30 minutes. Around front, the ROG phone packs twin speakers around a 6-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED screen. The screen runs at 90Hz, which is slower than 120Hz peak of the Razer phone's display, but ASUS says its panel's 1 millisecond response time makes up for the disadvantage in refresh rate. Plus, the Razer phone does run at 90Hz by default anyway. We've no reason to doubt the performance of the ROG phone though. While the device did get pretty hot when gaming without the cooling attachment, it made short work of traditional mobile games like Asphalt, as well as more demanding titles like PUBG. And if you want to avoid blocking the screen with your fingers, the ROG phone can use its ultrasonic air trigger buttons on the outer frame, which feels similar to HTC's EdgeSense but works a little differently. They're basically pressure-sensitive invisible shoulder buttons. The actual ROG phone itself is only half the story though. ASUS is also launching two ambitious new gaming accessories for it. The TwinView dock brings a second screen into the equation, doubling your visual real estate. ASUS is working with developers to bring support for popular titles as well as big-name streaming platforms. The mobile desktop dock lets you hook your ROG phone up to a full-size monitor, keyboard and mouse, essentially turning it into a portable console for games that support it. Plus, the dock can easily toggle inputs between a desktop PC and the ROG phone. And the ROG phone also works with a Game Vice controller attachment, giving you a D-pad, triggers, and a bunch of buttons. Combine that with ASUS's WiGig streaming box, and you can easily mirror games to a TV or monitor over the air. Some other notables before we wrap up. Yep, there are dual cameras here, and no, ASUS isn't saying much about them. It's basically the same setup as the Zenfone 5Z, which is pretty good on paper. Photography isn't a big focus for this phone, but just based on the numbers, we'd expect the ROG phone to comfortably beat the Razer phone. There's also no water resistance spec listed, which is a disappointment considering the high price tag we're expecting. On the software side, it's Android 8.1 Oreo plus ASUS's Zen UI running the show, and visually, well, yeah, you can see what you get here. It's a pretty obnoxious ROG skin enabled by default that covers everything from the launcher icons to the notification shade and other parts of the system UI. It's not really for me, but I'm sure there's someone out there who wants their phone to look like the inside of a Klingon bird of prey. ROG does have some neat apps and features preloaded though, like the Game Center that lets you track your CPU and memory usage, control your fan speed levels, and even change the LED color through the Aura Sync platform. Overall though, the out-of-box software experience is not what you'd call elegant. Nevertheless, the ROG phone is undeniably a powerful device with some fantastic gaming features and an unmistakable look. Like every gaming device though, game support is the thing that is going to make or break this product. So stay tuned to Android Central and subscribe for more on the ROG phone and other announcements here in Taipei. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.